Hosea. This is the word of Adonai that came to Hosea the son of Beeri during the regions of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, king of Yehuda, and during the reign of Jeroboam, son of Joash, king of Israel. Adonai's opening words in speaking with Hosea were to instruct Hosea, "Go, marry a whore, and have children with this whore, for the land is engaged in flagrant whoring away from Adonai." So he went, married Gomer, the daughter of Dilaim, and she conceived and bore him a son. Adonai said to him, "Call him Israel, because at only a short time I will punish the house of Jehu for having shed blood at Israel. I will put an end to the kingdom of the house of Israel. When the day comes, I will break the bow of Israel in the land of Israel's valley." She conceived again and bore a daughter. Adonai said to him, "Name her Lo Rachama, unpitied. For I will no longer have pity on the house of Israel. By no means I will forgive them, but I will pity the house of Yehuda. I will save them not by bow, sword, battle, horses, or cavalry, but by Adonai their God." After weaning Lo Ruhamah, she conceived and bore a son. Adonai said, "Name him Lo Ami, not my people, because you are not my people, and I will not be your God." Nevertheless, the people of Israel will number as many of the grains of the sand by the sea, which cannot be measured or counted, so that the time will come when instead of being told, "You are not my people," it will be said to them, "You are the children of the living God." Then the people of Yehuda and the people of Israel will be gathered together. They will appoint for themselves one leader, and they will go up into the land, for that will be a great day, the day of Yisrael. Say to your brothers, "Ami, my people," and your sisters, "Rachama, pitied." Rebuke your mother, rebuke her, for she isn't my wife, and I'm not her husband. She must remove her whoring from her face, and her adulteries from between her breasts. Otherwise, I will strip her naked, and place her as she was in the day she was born, make her like a desert, place her like a dry land, and kill her with thirst. I will have no pity on her children, for they are children of whoring. Their mother prostituted herself. She who conceived them behaved shamelessly. She said, "I will pursue my lovers, who give me my food and water, wool, flax, olive oil, and wine. Therefore I will block her way with thorns, and put up a hedge so she can't find her paths. She will pursue her lovers, but not catch them. She will seek them, but won't find them. Then she will say, 'I will go and return to my first husband, because things were better for me then than they are now.' For she doesn't know it was I who gave her the grain, the wine, and the oil. I who increased her silver and gold, which they use for Baal. So I will take back my grain at harvest time, and my wine in its season. I will snatch away my wool and flax, given to cover her naked body. Now I will uncover her shame, while her lovers watch, and no one will save her from me. I will end her happiness, her festivals, Rosh Hodesh and Shabbats, and all her designated times. I will ravage her vines and fig trees, of which she says, 'These are my wages, that my lovers have given me.' But I will turn them into a forest, and wild animals will eat them. I will punish her for offering incense on the feast days, the Baalim, when she decked herself with her earrings and jewels, pursuing her lovers and forgetting me, says Adonai. But now I'm going to woo her. I will bring her out of the desert, and I will speak to her heart. I will give her vineyards from there in the Achor Valley. I will gateway to hope. She will respond there as she did when she was young, as she did when she came up from Egypt. On that day, says Adonai, you will call me Ishi, my husband. You will no longer call me Baali, my master. For I will remove the names of which Baalim from her mouth. They will never again be mentioned by my name. When that day comes, I will make a covenant for them. With the wild animals, the birds in the air, the creepy things of the earth, I will bow down. I will break down, and I will break bow and sword, sweet battle from the land, and make them lie down securely. I will betroth you to me forever. Yes, I will betroth you to me in righteousness, in justice, in grace, and in compassion. I will betroth you in my faithfulness. You will know, Adonai. When that day comes, I will answer, says Adonai, and I will answer the sky, and it will answer the earth. The earth will answer the corn, wine, and oil, and they will answer, Yisrael, God will sow. I will sow her, and I will sow her for me in the land. I will have pity on Lo Ruchama, unpitied. I will say to Lo Ami, not my people, you are my people. And they will say, you are my God. Adonai said to me, go once more and show love in this wife of yours, who has been loved by her boyfriend, to this adulteress, just as Adonai loves the people of Israel, even though they turn to the other gods and love the raisin cakes offered them. So I brought her back to myself. So I bought her back for myself with 15 pieces of silver and 8 bushels of barley. And I told her, you are to remain in seclusion for a long time and be mine. You are not to be a prostitute. You are not to be any other man. You are not to be with any other man. And I won't come in to have sex with you either. For the people of Israel are going to be in seclusion for a long time, without a king, prince, sacrifice, standing stone, ritual vest, or household gods. Afterwards, the people of Israel will repent, seek Adonai their God, David their king. They will come trembling to Adonai in his goodness, in the Acharit Hayim. Hear the word of Adonai, people of Israel. For Adonai has a grievance against the inhabitants of the land. There is no truth, no faithful love, or knowledge of God in the land, only swearing and lying, killing and stealing and committing adultery. They break all bounds, with one blood crime flowing another. Therefore the land mourns, and everyone living there languishes, wild animals too, and the birds of the air. Even the fish of the sea are removed. But no one should quarrel or rebuke, because your people are having to quarrel with the Kohen. Therefore you will stumble by day, and the prophet will stumble with you at night. I will destroy your mother. My people are destroyed for want of knowledge, because you rejected knowledge. And I will also reject you as Kohen for me, because you forgot the Torah of your God. I will also forget your children, for they are increased in number. The more they sin against me, I will change their glory into shame. They feed on the sin of my people and are greedy for their crimes. But the Kohen will fare no better than the people. I will punish him for his ways and pay him back for his deeds. They will eat but not have enough, and consort with whores but not have children. Because they stopped listening to Adonai, whoring and wine, both old and new, take away my people's wits. My people consult their piece of wood. Their diviners' wands speak to them, for the spirit of whoring makes them err. They go off whoring, deserting their God. They sacrifice on the mountain peaks and offer incense on the hills, under oaks, polars, and pistachio trees, because they give good shade. Therefore your daughters behave like whores, and your daughters-in-law commit adultery. I won't punish your daughters when they act like whores, or your daughters-in-law when they commit adultery, because the men are themselves going off with whores and sacrificing with prostitutes. Yes, a people without understanding will come to ruin. If you, Israel, prostitute yourself, still Yehuda has no need to incur such guilt. Don't go to Gilgal or up to Beit Aven. Don't answer, as Adonai lives, for Israel is stubborn as a stubborn cow. Will Adonai feed them like a lamb in a big pasture? Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. When they finish carousing, they start their whoring. Their rulers deeply love dishonor. The wind will carry them off in its wings, and their sacrifices bring them nothing but shame.